Hey guys, so I'm in a new location right now. Well, it's the same apartment, but I noticed in the videos that I filmed lying down on my bed, it was kind of shaky because I move around a lot and I was making the camera shake around, so I figured that was probably a little annoying. So I found another spot. I hope this is okay. Today I'm going to do a review of, it's not ready. I'm going to do a review of the book Every Day by David Levithan. And that's what it looks like. And I have to tell you right away that I love, love, love this book. I really wasn't expecting to love it. It's young adult, technically, but and it's also about teenagers, but it was just so good. And David Levithan also wrote Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist, which I read probably when I was in like middle school or early high school. I don't know, I didn't really enjoy that. And I didn't think I was going to enjoy this because the premise is a little, it could get a little hokey. So let me read you the summary of it. Can you love someone who is destined to change every day? Every morning, A wakes up in a different person's body. A has made peace with that, even established guidelines by which to live. Never get too attached. Avoid being noticed. Do not interfere. And then A wakes up in the body of Justin and meets Justin's girlfriend, Rhiannon. And I don't know, that just seemed a little bit ridiculous. It just seemed kind of hokey to me. And I thought, well, it's a gimmick. How great can it be? But it was just so great. I mean, it wasn't predictable in my opinion. I thought I knew what was going to happen at the end, and it totally shocked me, and it really hit me emotionally towards the end, as you can imagine. And I don't think it's necessarily a young adult book. I would definitely say that it's appealing to all ages, just that it's written from the perspective of a teenager and talks about teenage interactions. But I am of the opinion that a book about teenagers need not be a book for teenagers. Need not be a book for teenagers only. I think it's I'm kind of embarrassed that teenagers, the only books about teenagers have to be all angsty and just written for that crowd, because it's a really important time in a person's life and everyone goes through it, so why can't older people read about it too? So I think an adult would also enjoy reading this book. It's also a very interesting book in that it deals with sexuality in a really interesting way. I'm a straight girl. That's all I know about myself, and not that I don't accept other ways of living, but maybe you don't really understand it. And in this book, the main character, by virtue of the fact that she wakes up in a different body every day, it's a I don't know what it is. A does not have a gender, so sometimes you wake. I don't know why. I mean, maybe that's just my conventions, because A falls in love with a girl, so I assume it's a guy, or maybe it's because the author is a guy and it sort of feels like the voice of a guy, but A doesn't think of itself as having a gender. And it's interesting the way that him and A and Rhiannon interact, because she is not okay. I mean, it's not that she's not okay with it, but she really has a hard time dealing with the fact that sometimes A is a girl and sometimes A is a boy, but A always is in love with her. It's also really interesting because it follows a bunch of days in A's life where A wakes up in the body of a different person, and you get to experience so many different people's lives. And maybe you're only there for a few pages, and maybe you're there for a long time. But it's interesting, and I think it's really interesting to think that the author came up with all of these different scenarios and all of these different kinds of people just to have A live as them for a day. So this book just came out. It just came out about a week ago, I think. I pre-ordered it and just downloaded it. It's about over 200 pages, a little bit over 200 pages, but it's a quick read. I read it probably a little bit more than 2 days because I needed to know what happened next. I think it's definitely a 21st century kind of book. And what I mean by that is it deals with some issues that I think even, in the 90s or the early 2000s would have been much more of an issue mostly the issue of sexuality. And I think it's great that I don't want to say that he makes it not that much of a big deal about it, because David Levithan obviously is making a statement saying, like, these people are normal and these people are normal and you need to accept that. But the fact that it's just that A is so totally fine with living as one day I keep calling him he. I'm really sorry about that. But one day A wakes up as as a girl who thinks that she should, as a girl who believes that she's stuck in a girl's body, but she's really a boy. And he's totally fine with that. He's just so nonchalant about it. And it really, I think, can help contribute to a new way of thinking about these people that a lot of people don't see as normal. And in my opinion, it is normal. And I think that's a really great way I like that it's a young adult book in that sense, because I think it's a really important type of story for young adults to read and to grow up in that new atmosphere, not in a more hostile atmosphere towards people who are a little bit different than us. I have as many thumbs up as humanly possible for Every Day. I really enjoyed it. I was surprised that I enjoyed it. So maybe it's because I didn't have high expectations, but I don't think that was it. I think it was such a great book, and I think anyone who has the time should read it. Next book I'm going to be reviewing is Hollywood Left and Right, because someone commented on my book haul and asked me to review that book. So I was just finishing up Every Day when I got that comment. So I'm diving right into Hollywood Left and Right. It's kind of a long book, but it'll probably take me about a week or two to get a video up for you guys. So thanks for watching. If you have any comments about the book or any comments about my review, please leave them below. And please subscribe if you want to see more from me. Bye.